Hey guys, Jeremy here from School of What, Covent Garden Inn. It is time for my Fakeaway, for your takeaway, thanks to our Patreon supporters. And we've got a great message from one of our Patreon supporters right here. We're going to see what they want us to cook. So a great message from Greg Blake. Hi School of What folks, I'm a huge fan and I was hoping Jeremy might consider making Cheung Fun. Thanks Greg. I don't know if it's possible to recreate this amazing and versatile dish in a home kitchen, but this is such a favourite for a small snack, dim sum or full-on meal, and given the variety of fillings one can use, it is sure to please everyone. Thanks for your consideration. Cheers, Greg Blake from Vancouver in Canada. So that is great. You know, Greg, yes, it is possible to make Cheung Fun at home. We've also got a great recipe, a great dish from one of our restaurant friends, dumpling legends here in Chinatown. So, have we got the takeaway? Oh, perfect timing. Thank you, Chris, for our takeaway. And Cheung Fun, for those who don't know it, you can get them stuffed with prawns or barbecue chassis or the barbecue pork, things like that. But in Hong Kong markets, my favourite way to eat it is actually plain with different sauces on the side. I'm going to show you how to cook it now. Now there's loads of recipes for Cheung Fun. A lot of them are actually quite difficult to use. This here is a combination of 3 different flours. The first one, rice flour. My rice flour is the main floury or starchy component. That is going to make my Cheung Fun white in colour and give it a slight sort of jelly-like structure. The tapioca starch is really quite translucent in colour and has that real jelly feel to it. And then the last one is corn flour or corn starch, and that corn starch is going to help to sort of almost prop the Cheung Fun, the rice flour noodle, essentially steamed noodle, up and hold its shape well. As I say, I've tried so many different recipes for this and I ended up sort of combining a lot of them. The next thing is, it's going to end up being quite a watery pancake batter. So I've got my cold water and a good amount of oil. The only thing I'm missing here is a good pinch of salt. Probably talking about half a teaspoon. So give that a good mix. There's no real gradual process to this, just sort of get all that water into there. So you can see I'm just getting my hand into this now, just to feel if there's any clumps of flour forming, and if they are, just press into them so that it becomes more of a smooth, liquid batter. So there's no sort of lumps of flour in my mix. Felt that through, and it's fine. So I'm going to cover that, put it in the fridge, 20 minutes, and then I'll start to cook it. So, whilst the Cheung Fun is resting, I'm going to just get my sauces ready, because actually the condiments are just as important as the Cheung Fun itself, in my mind. So, I'm hoisin sauce there with a little bit of hot water to create more of a drizzling consistency. And then I've got some Chiu Chow chili oil and some sesame paste, just some hot water in that again, and mix that through until it's nice and smooth. So I've got some light soy sauce that is, some sugar, and then again some hot water just to melt that sugar through. And so I have my sweet, savoury, spicy sauces ready to go for once my Cheung Fun is made. My setup, this is important to explain. I do this in these trays so that there's a bit more surface area to play with when I'm making my Cheung Fun. If you just had a normal sort of round saucepan, large saucepan with a steam tray on top and a lid, you can make round, flat Cheung Fun in that setup too. So I've got a tray of water, hot water, sitting on my hob with a steam tray on top. So I'm going to place this steamer on top of the other. My Cheung Fun has been sitting in the fridge for a good 20 minutes. That flour will sit at the bottom of the bowl, so you just need to give it a good stir before we start to use it. So what we do is we take a little bit of oil over the greaseproof paper and brush the greaseproof like so. Then you're going to take, for this sort of surface area, I'm guessing it'll be about 1.5 to 2 ladlefuls of Cheung Fun mix. So I'm going to turn that up to a high heat now. Now I've got my ladle and I'm just using the base of my ladle to swirl that Cheung Fun batter around. So it's starting to stick a little now, and you'll know that because it looks kind of like glue. And if I just if I break a little bit there, you'll see that that is sticking. At that point, you want to cover it with your lid. 3 minutes, that Cheung Fun will be cooked. So my timer's going. I'd recommend turning your heat down at this point, because otherwise you're pretty likely to scald yourself. And you can see that having bubbled off the greaseproof, and you want to be quite quick. So you want to pick up your pastry, flick it up and down. There you go. Now I can get 2 nice sized rolls out of this. So I'm going to brush my knife in a little bit of oil along the knife so that my Cheung Fun doesn't stick to it. I'm also going to brush the Cheung Fun itself because I want it to sort of stay in nice layers and not stick to itself too much. I'm going to cut that in half, and you'll see the texture of this as it cools. So it turns into that lovely rice noodle texture. And I'm just rolling this over, almost like a bit of making sushi, very similar movement to that on both sides. Got my 2 Cheung Fun. I'll cut that in half again. So I've got nice lengths of Cheung Fun. And as they cool, they look lovely. So once you've made your Cheung Fun, just brush it with a little bit of oil, sweeten light soy, sesame paste, hoisin sauce, chili oil, toasted sesame seeds over the top. That's my Cheung Fun. It's all about texture, this dish. The texture of that, you can feel the layers. Good on Dumpling Legend. The one I've made here, very, very similar in texture. Great recommendation from Greg. Put me to the test, but I got those layers in for that Cheung Fun, which I'm happy about. And of course, big thanks to Dumpling Legends. You guys are awesome. We love all your food anyway, but that Cheung Fun is bang on. So, if you haven't seen our Patreon channel before, head over to Patreon, type in School of Wok, you'll find us there. We've got great prizes and exclusive content on the channel. And thanks to all our YouTubers too.